Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss some important topics leading into round 0 and round 1. So we'll touch on the bye rounds and the ones that have moved and what that means for players like Zorko, Neil, players like that. Geelong players too. We'll also touch on, just in each line we'll go over a few of the value picks, where I'm at with those, what sort of structure we're doing down back with rookies, and do we pay up for expensive ones there. Midfield, just going to touch on the value picks. We've seen Petrarca pop up. No one didn't see a lot of Petrarca, but all of a sudden he's getting a bit more popular. Ruck, so I want to talk Flynn R2, and I'm going to be blunt about this. And then forwards as well. I think forwards pretty straightforward. You got a few, like a Garcia we can touch on there. So I sort of just go each line and talk about the main points that I'm thinking and what I'm weighing up at the moment. Before we discuss that, just wanted to say all the best thoughts and prayers to those in Queensland. With the cyclone coming, it just sucks that you have to deal with that, and hopefully your houses your families are safe. So all the best and your thoughts and prayers. But we'll get straight into the video. So we'll start off in defence. So Zorko is the main one I'm seeing pop up here, and definitely seeing him in a lot of teams. Is it because, he doesn't have a bye now? Now I'm going to go for Zorko. He has a nice early run, like Richmond. I think maybe St Kilda in there too. But the early fixture looks quite good. He's just turned 36, and he's 600k. For me to pay 600k, I have to be really excited about a player. I just can't do it with a 36-year-old Zorko. He probably will score well. And is he going to average more than 110 this year? I mean, all going well, it's probably around his mark. But he does have the nice early run. I can't do it. If you want to do it, it's fine. It's just not for me. In terms of the 530k range, I'm seeing basically none of Houston. He does have the bye. My favourite pick is Jordan Clark, and it's not a massively upside pick. It's like give or take 30k. I think that's where his fair price is. And I don't know, we're debating this in Discord, where it's like, why would you pick Jordan Clark? There's no upside. And for me, I see value in the durability of him. There is a tag threat in round 2 with James Jordan. I'm not quite sure how Cox will use him. If that happens, it is what it is, but I just think, durable, 24 in his prime, looks really good. Full preseason, you don't have to worry about buys or age with him. So for me, he's in, and I'm willing to pay that bit extra for that stability down back. Because a lot of the defense is picking, we don't really want to pick a lot of plays here. And it's gotten to the point where I'm just paying maybe 20, 30k overs for a player that I'm happy with. And I'm okay paying fair price. Obviously, you want heaps of upside everywhere. But if a few players, 3-4 players are fair price, then I'm okay with that. So he's in, and a bit more Tom Stewart, a bit more Max Holmes. I don't mind either, to be honest. Stewart, something always goes wrong with him, and 32 now, so I think there's always age regression. It's always a chance. So I don't like to bet on that. Which is why I haven't had Neil for a long time, but he's proved me wrong. But maybe that's just because Neil's special, something else. But you don't. It's just you get older. There's a chance of regression. It is what it is. You're out of your prime age. Holmes is a tough one because I don't even know what his role is. It's probably mainly inside mid. Could it be a bit of wing? Could it be a bit of half forward? Bit of half back? Who knows? Scott loves to rotate his players, so for me, it's just I want that bit more certainty. So. No from me, and I don't have Sicily at the moment. I think I don't mind him though at all. I like him, but the bye just sucks, and the forward time is annoying. So he's one I might sneak in, but I'm not sure. And then you got your Perryman short, Roberts range. I like Roberts 1, Perryman 2, short 3, even with the bye. I don't trust short at all. Just terrible last year. Could he get better? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he does 95. I wouldn't be surprised if he does 85. I can't pay 450 for this, 440 for this when I don't know what I'm buying into. It's just too much. So he's no for me. But yeah, that's my order. Roberts, then Perryman, then Short. Could be wrong. Make your own assessment. That's all good. Joel Fryger as well is another one. Again, I don't know what I'm buying here. What does it look like when Dale comes back? I think it wouldn't be. I think he does in the 80s somewhere. Few kick-ins. That looks good. 370k, but yeah, it's a very steep price for you don't know what you're buying. Nowhere cannot be a keeper with Dale in there. So it's a pass for me. I need to know more certainty. In terms of rookies, there's two 250k guys who should have rock solid job security. And this is very slow. They're right next to each other. So Griffin, Logan, Blight. Going a bit slow. I like the job security. I think they've both got 100k in them. Who's better? I mean, Logan's a bit more established player. He's probably on triple the money of Blight. So I'll probably go him first. But yeah, they pretty much have to play. I think Combin, Core, and Logue is their three at the back. I think Logue's capable of playing the third, but I think he's probably just going to have to take the main dude every week. So, not sure, but it's such an extra 130k for this, but it's balanced in terms of, well, now I can pick players that I want in other lines rather than feel like I pick a defender that I don't want. So, I don't have them at the moment. If for whatever reason I feel like I can fit them in because of structure and I have the money there, I'm not against going a Logue. So I've looked at it, just so I don't have to pick a 30-year-old defender or whatever, or someone with a buy. But okay, we're back. Had a bit of trouble with the website, but that's all right. So I think we do get a few rookies in defense. The job security, I really am not sure. So Cleary played in the practice game. Does he come out for Dale, though? I was looking at their 22, and they had, I don't know where Gallagher played, but Gallagher was listed at halfback. It probably didn't happen, but that was like one of the games that I missed. I think there actually is a spot for him, for Cleary, but I think the job security and sub-risk is probably a little bit too high, and maybe one you trade into if he has a good break even. I think Pryor I think he's going to be part of their back seven, even when Redmond comes in. It'd be weird if they dropped him and he's been the one till pre-season. Is he sub-risk? I'm not sure. I thought we'd get Woden. It looks like he's like just outside the 22. O'Sullivan's there if he gets named. I don't know if he does. Probably not. Bo Allen, I think we get. 11 touches in the waffle. Negative 12 in the practice game. Man, I don't think I'll go there. Roll might be good though. Ben Patton, I think he plays. I think Cunningham and Fox on the injury report are, maybe 6 weeks away, something like that. I think it was 5 to 6. So yeah, fingers crossed he can keep playing. And he's done 65 before, the last time he had a full season in the AFL with the Saints. Trying to think who else we're going to get. Zach Reed we get. Looks like the best rookie. Just the only issue with him is durability. So everything else, like you can't really sub off a key defender. So he's there. No Bustling yet. Looks like maybe we get Luke Traynor. I think he should play him. He's sort of like the size of a third tall. I think they've got to play him surely. So I think we got options here, but how good are these picks? Is there going to be some surprise? Who knows? I don't want Bo Allen. I can't see it with him at the moment. I think we get these. I think we get Patton Reed. Oh, we get Leak as well. So how many of these can you run? I'm okay running Pryor, Leak, Reed, and Patton. If one gets subbed or dropped, whatever, it is what it is. It's not great, but who are you taking in the midfield? You're paying more money for Finn O'Sullivan, or you're paying for Kako or Berry or something, or you're taking on a Boxall, Campriali, Hasty. I think Campriali will be okay, but are the mid base rooks really that much better than these guys? I'm not too sure. So for me, I'll probably run these 4. So that's where I'm at with that. Move on to the midfield. So there's I'll touch on Lachie Neale. So I listened to an interview with Lachie Neale this year, and he kind of said he doesn't need to be at his best, basically. At the start of the year, he's got other guys that can roll through the midfield, specifically Will Ashcroft. Take a bit of the load off him early. He's had a limited preseason. He had, I think, like 4 ankle surgery, something like that. He's carrying that ankle issue. It was like, I think he said he was crawling to get to the toilets at his own house. He was in that much pain with his foot. He couldn't walk on it. Then just jabbed it or whatever to get up for game day and did massive prep for it. Neale was an absolute no for me. There's no chance I pick Neale. Limited prep, 32 years old. Can't do it. Upgrade target, sure. Start of the season, no chance. Not for me. Now move... okay. So there's a bunch of value mids that have popped up. We can sort by... I always forget how to use this filter. What am I doing? Where's sort by? Oh, it's this one. Jeez. I've only been using this app for 7 years. I'll probably touch on Dacos. Holy crap, 63% owned for a player with a buy, and that's that expensive. We take him on with Sarong. Or you can take him on with value and use the money elsewhere. He's a no for me. Let's look at fixture. I haven't actually looked at this properly, but I remember it wasn't great. Okay, Dogs have no mids. He's going to destroy them. I mean, it's not the greatest fixture. There's no Richmond here, or West Coast here. No, I take Sarong over this for sure. I'm comfortable with that with the buy. And Sarong's got better fixture. But there's a few value picks you can go for here. So more in my eyes, they're value. So Petrarca, he's popped in a few teams. 8%, it's probably lower than I thought. I guess the issue here is, what does the role look like for the full year? They gave him full mid in the practice game. Do they want to put Rivers in there a bit more? And it's probably less to do with the young mids coming through. Probably more to do with they like him forward. Before he got injured last year, there was one game he played pretty much full forward against Carlton, kicked 4 or 5, nearly won the game off his own boot. That could happen. I don't know if it will, but it could happen, and I can't have that for a premium midfielder, as great as Petrarca is. If he gets forward status, then it's jackpot. You just chuck him forward, but then he's probably scoring, averaging 100 somewhere. I don't have Petrarca. For me, it's too late to just reconsider a new mid. I did have Steele for a few days, but took him out for now, save some money elsewhere. It's just far too late for me. Dawson, I have same problem as Petrarca, although Petrarca's better forward, obviously. But no, I like Dawson. I think the tags will come, and I don't think he's a smash pick, but I think the CBAs will be 60%, and they'll use him heaps on the outside, and who have improved kicking forward, and last year got concussed, played through a foot injury for a few weeks. So I do think the natural upside is there, and got tagged into the ground all year. So no, I like Dawson, and no, he's in my team. Interestingly, 10%. It was 3% probably a month ago, I reckon, but I thought that would have spiked a bit more, but no. Now, Rosie's come into play with Butters going down. I think he's a great pick. When Butters comes back, I can't see him doing 110. He's never really done it. And I don't see why that would change when you can see Horne-Francis is coming through and going to take more points away. And it is tough because when they have those 5 mids, like Rosie can sort of rest forward or play off half forward a bit. And yeah, the CBA is going to be, last year were low 60s. Maybe that's like 65 because he got injured once or twice. So yeah, it's hard to do 110 with 65% CBAs. So I think he's probably that 105 to 108 range when Butters comes back. And then with a nice run early, can see him doing 115 over the first 6 or so rounds. I think he's a fine pick. Good value. He's been in and out of my team. There's 5 mids that I currently have, and I'm picking from 6. Sarong, Andy, Dawson, Rosie, Chera, Oliver. So I need to pick 5 of them. Rosie might be the one I leave out though. I mean, Oliver, nothing to say on Oliver. Chera's there. It's a bit of a FOMO pick with Chera. I learned with Yo last year. If the upside, and Yo was a bit hard to tell, he was going to get back to his best after being injured for a long time, 3 years, not at his best. But when you have a full preseason and you're priced at, I think he's priced in the 80s and he's done 108. So there's potentially 25, 30 points upside here with an absolute dream fixture of the bottom 3 from last year, plus a depleted Dogs as well. You almost want to throw the Dogs in without Bont and Treloar in terms of like easy midfield fixture. You would think the fixture is just too good. Full preseason, hasn't missed a session, so I've brought him in. It takes a lot for me. If the play is very injury prone, and I pick them, that's when I think the upside's too good to pass up, in my opinion. So he's in for me. They're the value mids. Ashcroft as well. I think Ashcroft is might be like 55, 60, 65% CBA. So I definitely think he'll go well this year. I think he can definitely do 100. I think Oliver's better, and I think Chera probably has a bit more upside. A bit higher CBAs most likely, but yeah. I mean, Ashcroft will probably go pretty well. I don't mind him as a pick. But I think I'll just stick to Oliver and Chera for me. Now we'll go into mid-rooks. I guess Finn O'Sullivan's sort of popped up, and I guess a lot of people may have taken out Levi thinking he's sub. A reasonable chance to be sub. Let's get them. Sardis. Finn. Oh, have I missed? Where's Nevitt, bruv? Nevitt. Who am I missing? O'Driscoll. So these 5 look like I'm missing somebody, and I am. Levi, where is he? There we go. So these 6 are the expensive rookies that people are looking at. Maybe you're looking at someone else. I don't know. Sid Draper, I think, is that the sub risk is extremely high for him, and I think the 6th mid, whereas Levi might be the 5th mid. I think they're all fieldable. Levi, I think the sub risk might be a little high, so I'm slightly worried on Levi, just because I think limited preseason as well. I mean, looks fine, but I just feel like you can't pay for everyone. Maybe you can, but man, it's just getting so steep. You're starting to pull, extra 70, 80k on the bench. It starts to hurt your on-field. And yeah, we need points. Points equals higher rank. So does money. But we want both. We want money and points. So can you afford to have extra 70k on the bench for like 4 or 5 weeks? I don't love it. I guess it depends what you do with that and if you can afford that luxury. I think Sardis is one because Parrish is out. He's TBC on the injury list. I think they just have to play him. Probably O'Driscoll 2. Now, in terms of scoring power, I think Sheldrick is 1. But Mills comes back after his bye, it seems. So what does that mean for Sheldrick? That's where my worry is. Whereas I think O'Driscoll and Sardis will just keep playing. Regardless, I think you just got to start Sheldrick. Should get early opportunity. I think. And yeah, he can do like 95. Just watching him, wouldn't say disappointed, but I just had this idea that he was going to be a gun mid, but he looks a bit of a one-trick pony in terms of inside game. So, but he's good. He's very good at it. Never, I like to. Looks like he's going to get decent CBAs. I mean, Chris Scott, you just don't know what that man's going to do. Like, he's never can play wing. So, is he going to spend a bit of time on the wing? I mean, probably. They're going to rotate heaps of players through there. But they've liked him inside. He's looked okay. Levi, 5th mid, probably does in the 70s. And then Finn O'Sullivan as well. This is hard to read because I look at his junior profile, I look at improvements. The first one I see is accumulation, and that is a big red flag for me. That being said, he's looked really good and a bit of time off halfback. It's not hard to score off halfback. Saw McKercher basically do 105 potentially, something like that at halfback last year. He was a massive accumulator. I think he got 17 more touches a game than Finn O'Sullivan. But from what I've read, Finn played through a few injuries last year. Didn't get a proper run at it with a few contact injuries. So I don't know, Finn O'Sullivan. I cannot pay that price for someone where I don't even know his role in his first year player. But it looks really good. I think they'll just keep playing him. Like maybe they'll sub someone else. Like I don't think he's massive sub risk potentially, but he's one they just want to play every week. They seem to like him and seems to be a really good user as well. I have these four. I don't have Levi or Finn at the moment. I mean, I'd love to get Levi in, and he could make me look very stupid, but I think I take the other four. They're all going to get more CBAs. All four of these guys should get a slightly better role than Levi. O'Driscoll probably mostly wing, but it looks like while Young's out, he's going to get a bit of mid-clock. And he's 4th here in the system and probably less sub-risk. So I think I'll take these 4 over those 2. Could be wrong, though. Make your own mind up. In terms of... Probably should zoom in a bit. It's quite late, so I'm not using the top of my voice. In terms of rucks, if you pick English over Sherry, you're going to have a bad time. Find that 65k. Just find it somehow. Find a way. You have to find it. It's hard for me to go against Sherry de Conning. If something goes wrong, Lloyd Meek is there. Flynn R2. I've had Pitney. I've had Jordan Sweet R2. I've had Naismith R2. When you try to trade out of this, and yes, we've got the flex now, but you still need to find a ruck unless you want to take zeros or see what happens with Harry Boyd. I don't know what his job security is like, and looks like Marshall's ready to go. Flynn is injury prone. If Flynn goes down, you have to drop everything and trade your rucks. Happened to me last year. I was supposed to get Luke Ryan that week. Sweet went down with COVID. And yes, it's a bit unlucky he got COVID, but the whole point is you only need one thing to go wrong, them to miss 1 week, and you have to act on it. And Flynn's injury prone. If something goes wrong with Flynn, there's nowhere to go. You might get lucky and a rookie pops up, like an injury. I don't know, like the Crows, like Rob gets injured, which he barely ever does, if ever. And then I think Mick Andrews our backup. Maybe you can like switch that. You need so much luck for that to happen. Give me Sherry. Give me de Conning. I think they can do 120, both of them. Let him sit there. Work out de Conning when Pitney comes in. He's going to make money from this price. And be done with it. So Flynn, Sherry, de Conning. Flynn is my 3. It's not changing. Flynn R2 just... It has killed me. Rookie R2s. It's not like a Jared Witts where, yeah, he was off the ACL all those years ago, but very clearly number 1 ruck and very durable as well. Yeah, obviously if something went wrong, it was pretty hard to trade out of it, but yeah, in hindsight, It worked out, but it's just very risky running an injury-prone R2. That's cheap. Nowhere to go. Forwards. I have both Horn Francis and Rankin, and they will stay. Bailey Smith, I will not be picking this year. I don't like. It sounds like his CBAs aren't going to be that high, listening to a few things on radio. So he's a no for me. Now, if he's getting 30% CBAs, and we're still going to make money from here, but I don't want this pick. And for me, I look at his ownership 61%. That's gone down as well. The opportunity to fade a 61% owned player where I think they're not actually going to go as well as what people initially thought. The opportunity is just too good to fade. I have to fade this. 61%, there's no chance I start him. 0. He could start on bowl. I still wouldn't. The first centre bounce. So I am fading him. There's nothing to discuss on McRae and Daniel. An interesting one is Sanders. So I checked DFS. I believe it was low 30s. Let's just say 32% CBAs, just for argument's sake. Say 30, 35. I don't know. Say 35% CBAs. It's between 30 and 35. I forgot. He did 75 SuperCoach off 75% TOG. So I think the TOG will be probably similar. Around that mid-70s, maybe tad higher. And the CBAs were, so they were 32%. I think they go to 65%. Certainly while Treloar and Bont are out. So if he's doing 75 off 30% CBAs, if you double that, what does he do? To be honest, I don't really know how to scale it, but it should be a 15-point-ish increase. So he should, in theory, do about 90-ish based on last year. And that's not counting natural improvement or anything like that. I did watch the first practice game of his. I didn't see he was massively. I don't think he was massively impressive. So it's a hard one. I don't really know, but the math says that he can do 90. Or George's mathematics of estimates and rough estimates. So yeah, again, 75 off 32-ish% CBAs. Now he's probably going to get 60s. Now, could Bevo do a Bevo and put Kennedy in there more, or Gussie in there more? Well, Sanders was ahead of them in the practice game, so I was thinking he has to play. If this pick fails, it's a weird price. It's a very awkward price, but at the same time, you can sort of go down and use that money to help your team elsewhere. So I think it's not bad to have this sort of mid-price punt where, in theory, should push 85, 90. Keep a rookie off, and yeah, if you're really not happy with it, you can sort of trade out of it. So yeah, that's Sanders. Call him my boy, but Ben Hobbs. Every Essendon supporter's calling me an idiot for this, and maybe I should start listening. The sub risk is probably a little too high. I needed to see Durham CBAs because he's been training forward in preseason, and they took all his CBAs away in the last round last year. And once I think Parrish came in, they lowered his CBAs to around 30%. So they kind of kicked him out already. I don't know if that's going to continue. Parrish is listed TBC on the injury list. Have I been talking to the wrong side of this? I think so. I just needed to see Cordwell Durham CBAs. I think you play in the 22 and get 40% CBAs, Hobbs. Make it work. He can score off half forward. So I think he's 260k. Should I stop talking about this? Sub risk probably too high. He can score for sure. It's just he needs the right circumstances, and we're not going to get that round 0 look. I don't have him at the moment, but part of me just for fun wants to go for him because I think there's a reasonable chance it works. But yeah, I should start listening to Essendon supporters telling me no. Hugo Garcia did enough for me. He looks the third CBA mid. I think Hunter Clark might be back. Definitely white, but surely they don't play Zach Jones over Hugo Garcia. He's had a great preseason. It sounds like seems one that's just got his head screwed on right. Just very determined, very confident. They got that Philippou sort of, I don't know if arrogance is the right word, but supreme confidence, that sort of type. So no, I like him. Yeah, he's young, tackles a lot. I thought his outside game was not too bad. Against Port, it was very tough. He still spat out 70, and honestly, nothing went right for St Kilda. They got destroyed in all facets of the game. Rosie just took the piss that game. So, although watching Steele, I don't think Steele tried very hard. Just chose not to chase or tackle at times, and why it's a practice game, doesn't need to. I guess the rookies are Davidson looks brilliant. We're going to have him, and I think Stone will get first crack at that role. Stone needs to perform, I think, to hold this role. So I slightly worry about Stone, to be honest. So he's going to be tucked away on the bench. You got Pau Pepper there. Hall, I think I'll pick. Looks like it's been the ones all preseason, and then so Elijah Hewitt's still there. A lot of people may have taken him out. It's apparently he's still sore and not fully training, which is a bit of a worry. It's been 1 or 2 weeks. On radio, I think they said to freshen up, period. So I don't quite know where we're at for Elijah Hewitt. So I don't have Elijah Hewitt. I'd like to get a look, but I don't know if he'll play round 1. And if he's sore, maybe they just manage him as sub or something. So I'll probably steer clear of that, but yeah, I was reading a few phantom drafts from that year, and I think a few people had him in top 5, so talent's there. And I remember briefly watching him first year, just got a few spells on the centre bounce, and he looked really, really good. It could be a bad miss rookie. It could be one we correct too. We'll keep an eye out. Then you got Boxall, Campriali, Hasty. Yeah, I think I like Campriali because it feels like that's his wing spot. Could be sub, I'm not sure though, but Hasty might lose his spot to Sinclair, maybe, but there might be others. I think maybe Stocker, the way he played, maybe he goes out before Hasty, maybe. Fingers crossed. They just signed Hasty as well, so I think Hasty will be okay. Boxall is hard to read. Looks like he's the 4th mid, but are they just giving him a run in there? They seem to like him. Probably won't pick Boxall, but did like the way he looked. His TOG was quite low, kicked 2 goals, so I think 66% TOG. I think his work rate was a strength of his in this draft profile, so maybe his endurance is okay, but first year still, even if you have good endurance, it's still pretty tough to run out an AFL game, so yeah. I got Campriali as the extra rookie that we need. If we need one, so I'll probably pick him, and got the nice run as well. That's it for this video. So yeah, a few decisions to weigh up. I currently have Sanders. Go rid of Baz for Sanders. Use that 60k, however. Yeah, I have Horn Francis, I have Rankin. I don't think my team review had Rankin, but I do now. I don't have Hobbs, so yeah, team review will be after round 0, and yeah, I think round 0 would be good. I think the main one I'm watching is Harry Perryman and a few rookies as well. Mostly James Leake, so I don't know and Stone, so I don't know what happens when Green comes back. Oh, it is 12:10 a.m. Time for bed. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.